Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Oh my word, you do have to take your hat off to Cyril Ramaphosa and his ANC cadres for their philanthropic attitude towards the people of South Africa. What am I talking about? Well, billions of rands being taken out of the police budget this year because they don't have enough money. Now, who are the police supposed to be serving? The general public. And then you got the author-in-chief or the architect-in-chief of South Africa's demise, the same Cyril Ramaphosa and his corrupt gangster ANC government, getting the army to protect their assets. Yeah, protect their assets. Let me tell you what's happening. The South African National Defence Force confirmed on Monday that it had deployed soldiers to both of President Cyril Ramaphosa's homes in Pretoria and in Cape Town. This was in addition to the presidential protective benefits. Now, just when we talk about VIPs in the ANC, they actually raised the budget to protect them by billions of rands, while the general population protected by the South African Police Service was reduced by a similar number. Must be nice to be a Ramaphosa, huh? Well, let's continue. South African National Defence Force spokesperson Brigadier General Mafi Mgobozi. What a wonderful name for Brigadier Mgobozi. Kind of sings of Schlaudi Muttaneng. Anyway, that's another story. Brigadier General Mafi Mgobozi confirmed the presence of deployed soldiers at both Ramaphosa's presidential homes on Wednesday. He said the presidential residences are regarded as national key points. That is why our soldiers are deployed there. Asked whether there were imminent threats compelling the soldiers' deployment and whether it was not the presidential protective unit's responsibility to provide security to the president, Mgobozi said, all national key points are protected by us until we receive instructions to go back to the bases. Well, I would suggest that major hospitals are so-called national key points. I would suggest that these transformer stations run by Eskom are national key points because they provide electricity to the general population. I would further suggest that the main roads crossing across South Africa are national key points because they keep the supply lines open. But are any of those being patrolled by the SANDF? Nada. Nah. This is all self-interest. Let's continue. Mgobozi did not provide details on the cost for this exercise, nor did he respond on who authorized the deployment. Presidency spokesperson Tyrone Seal said, "The presidency will not comment on the security matters of the president." Political analyst Professor Sifo Sipi criticized the move. He said, "The deployment of naked power and brute force is a clear indicator of weakness. It is not proof of power. Power is with the people and not with the military. Second, the military's main function is to protect its people, not corrupt politicians. Get it? But this is the corrupt gangster ANC in South Africa. This is why we call it a defense force. Once it is deployed to deal with the so-called unrest, you turn it into the enemy of the people. CP said, the silence of the middle class is not surprising. When it has lost its legitimacy, it relies on brute force. And as we have seen, the brute force is unleashed on the poor. We are in a bad state, rudderless and without leadership that can unite all of our people. Well, I can't dispute anything he said there, believe me. The deployment of soldiers received further criticism after it emerged that soldiers were roaming the SABC offices. Well, this is all to do with the suggestion that on the 23rd of August, there's going to be a huge protest which could turn really nasty. And that's why private security companies have actually thrown their weight behind protecting communities and businesses. Let's continue. The Communication Workers Union called for the immediate withdrawal of the soldiers from the public broadcaster, saying that they were seen as curtailing media freedom. The union's secretary, Aubrey Chabalala, said it was concerning to see soldiers there. He said, this decision must be reversed completely. If they do not do that, then we will do what we did last week and approach the portfolio committee. Well, good luck with that. Anyway, continuing. He went on to say, the thing that we need to see, even if they do not withdraw the decision, is for the SABC to come back to the table and explain to us the decision that it has taken. Well, that's quite simple, guys. The SABC is funded by the government because they have completely blown their traditional base of revenue. That's par for the course when it comes to South African politics. They completely destroy everything they touch. Doesn't matter what it is. He went on to say, this will enable us to go back to the workforce and explain why they, soldiers, were there in the first place. Whether we agree with it or not, we need an explanation. Chabalala said, the Broadcasting, Electronic Media and Allied Workers Union, meanwhile, challenged the SABC and the government to explain why the army had to enter the building without police if they were there to protect the officers. Although the government is entitled to protect its national key points, there is no need for the army to be in the newsroom, said Union President Hannes de Boysen. The SABC initially denied the presence of the army. We say if they are there to protect the building, then they must remain outside. SABC board chairperson Bongomusu Makatini on Monday admitted that the army had been spotted in some of the newsrooms. Well, we are very quickly becoming a military state in South Africa. But the military is in such complete disrepair and chaos that's certainly not a challenge to people who would like to see their human rights and their cultural identity being protected. And just the other night, we talked about the Cape Independence, and you can understand why people are just joining the whole group in their thousands, and I'm talking not just thousands, hundreds of thousands. They've had enough of this crappy ANC government. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed on YouTube. Please remember to register on our new platform, lovinglifetv.com. That's a platform we are transitioning to. Please like this video, please share this video, and above all, please stay safe. Bye for now.